Welcome back guys. So in this video I'll be sharing with you my honest opinion of Poco X2 and Redmi Note 9 Pro. After using both of these devices for a few months, I'll just summarize the pro and cons of these devices. A lot of viewers are confused when it comes to buying any of these devices considering their prices. Now at the time of making this video, Poco X2's price is around rupees 17,500. That's roughly around 231 US dollars, and Redmi Note 9 Pro's price is around rupees 14,000. That's roughly around 185 US dollars. Starting with the specs, my Redmi Note 9 Pro has Snapdragon 720G processor and 4GB of RAM. My Poco X2 has Snapdragon 730G processor and 6GB of RAM. Now after hearing the specs, you'll think that Poco X2 will outperform Redmi Note 9 Pro when it comes to gaming, but that's not true, especially in the case of emulation. Now I run a lot of emulators like Damon PS2 emulator, Dolphin emulator, Citra emulator. These emulators emulate games of Sony PlayStation 2, Nintendo Wii, GameCube and even Nintendo 3DS handheld, and in every emulator gameplay test, my Redmi Note 9 Pro easily beat Poco X2. Even I was shocked when I saw this. I thought Snapdragon 730G is faster than Snapdragon 720G, but when it comes to emulation, Redmi Note 9 Pro was ahead of Poco X2. But it's not that simple. When it comes to Play Store games, I have noticed that in some games, certain settings are not present in Redmi Note 9 Pro. For example, in Mobile Legends Bang Bang, you get the HFR and Ultra Graphics mode for Poco X2, but both of these settings are not available on Redmi Note 9 Pro. Then again, Grid Auto Sport is available on Redmi Note 9 Pro, but Grid Auto Sport is not available on Poco X2. So I'm not sure why these kinds of things happen, but this is just to give you an idea. It's difficult to analyze the Play Store games. Now coming on to the display department, Poco X2 definitely has the better display guys. Poco X2 also has a high touch sampling rate. Now if you play a lot of battle royale games like PUBG, Fortnite, you definitely want Poco X2 over Redmi Note 9 Pro. The input response is silky smooth, I have to say. Poco X2 also comes with a 120Hz display panel. Now I'm not a very big fan of 120Hz. The high touch sampling rate has a better utility than the high refresh rate. Games like PUBG can't even run at 120 FPS, and Poco X2 Snapdragon 730G cannot even sustain 120 FPS. Redmi Note 9 Pro has a traditional 60Hz panel. Touch input is okay, it's not the best. I can definitely perceive the difference in touch input between these two devices. Then we have the notch. For Poco X2, we get this pill cutout notch at the top right corner. There is some slight light bleeding around its corners. On Redmi Note 9 Pro, we have this circle cutout right in the middle. It also has some light bleeding around it. Again, it depends on your preference. The height is almost the same. Coming on to the build. Now Poco X2 has a metallic frame, but Redmi Note 9 Pro has a plastic frame. Still, Redmi Note 9 Pro also feels quite solid, I have to say. It's not like it feels flimsy. Both devices have this glass-like coating on the back side, and both of them are fingerprint magnets. You can see the camera bulges on both of these devices. Now when it comes to camera, Poco X2 definitely has the better snappers. I was not impressed by the color accuracy in the pictures taken by the main sensor of Redmi Note 9 Pro. Colors were mostly true to life when taken from the main snapper of Poco X2, and in terms of low light photography, Poco X2 very easily won. Both devices only have a single speaker, and Poco X2 comes with a hybrid SIM slot, but Redmi Note 9 Pro has support for 2 SIMs and a separate memory card. Good thing is that both of these devices have the 3.5mm port, so that you can connect your earphones or headphones. Now coming on to the battery part guys. Both devices have very good battery life. Poco X2 has a battery capacity of around 4500 mAh, whereas Redmi Note 9 Pro has a battery capacity of around 5020 mAh. Now I have already done the battery drain test, and Redmi Note 9 Pro easily won that one. It lasted for almost an extra hour as compared to Poco X2, but the thing is it takes a lot of time to charge this phone, Redmi Note 9 Pro. It almost took around 2.5 hours to charge the phone from 0 to 100% with the charger that Xiaomi provides in the box, whereas Poco X2 takes around 1.5 hours to charge from 0% to 100%. With Poco X2, if you set the display refresh rate to 120Hz, then it will deplete the battery very quickly, I have to say. Another thing to mention here is that Redmi Note 9 Pro comes with a pre-applied screen guard. Poco X2 does not come with a pre-applied screen guard. Now Poco X2 was a good choice when its price was around rupees 16,000, but now that its price has been increased to around rupees 17,500, it's becoming difficult to recommend it when you're looking for a budget oriented gaming device. Now if you want to have a better camera than Redmi Note 9 Pro, you can buy Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. Its price is around rupees 16,500. Even then it will cost you less than the price of Poco X2. And when it comes to running emulators like Tame PS2 Dolphin and Citra emulator, Redmi Note 9 Pro is recommended over Poco X2. However, if you are into battle royale games like PUBG and Fortnite, then I'll recommend Poco X2 over Redmi Note 9 Pro. The high touch sampling rate will be definitely useful here. One good thing is that both of these devices does not throttle a lot. Poco X2 throttles to around 90% of its peak performance. Redmi Note 9 Pro throttles to around 93 to 94% of its peak performance. Even here Redmi Note 9 Pro has superior performance as compared to Poco X2. Now if Xiaomi can improve the throttling performance of Poco X2, it can definitely take over Redmi Note 9 Pro in terms of performance, but I doubt Xiaomi will do that. As of now, Redmi Note 9 Pro is very good when it comes to sustaining the peak performance. So guys, I'll end this video here. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.